I find it really frustrating, this message. Bring down civilization. What do you mean? I think you're getting away with having this very sharp, disgust at civilization, but you don't have a very sharp picture of it. Because I agree with a lot of your criticisms, as I've told you time and again, and you have clarified your concept of civilization time and again. I notice now you do refer to this concept of city building. But what's it mean to bring civilization down? There are people in this civilization. Some of the things we see in this civilization are human behavior, people interacting. You're going to destroy all of that? Or, which part? When you say bring down civilization, what do you mean? Blowing up bridges? I mean, probably not, I guess, but if you do, that's not, that's the kind of thing that comes to mind. I mean, what do you mean bringing down civilization? If you blow up bridges, it's not environmentally, you know, it's not green, and people actually use those bridges to get somewhere. What we need is, what is your view of this post-civilization? If it has to do with city building, are we not going to have cities with 6 billion people on the planet? Are we not going to have cities? I mean, are they going to look like cities but just function differently so we don't call them cities? Are there going to be $100 million bridges going from, one area across the river to another? Are there going to be, you know, things like the internet? You could just criticize civilization, but one, if you want to bring it down, please be specific. What do you mean? Two, why wouldn't it just grow back up again? I mean, we had the tribal anarchy and stuff, and civilization grew up. What would stop it from growing up, especially with a lot of people that would want to rebuild it? Um, then alternately, what system are you proposing? What system are you proposing? It's just like I just watched this um, Zeitgeist addendum on the money system, and it was actually, you know, pretty interesting and good. You have to take this stuff with a grain of salt because, it's a bit of a biased presentation, but that's fine. Usually we see a presentation like on the regular news biased in the other direction. So I'm not being critical of the movie per se, but what are we going to have instead of a monetary system like we have now? What are we going to have instead of um, what we have now? You know, you just take a luxury and hate something that we rely on to survive. And, this is what I found because when I was younger, I had a very similar disgust to what you have for civilization. But then I faced that we are relying on it to survive. And that leads me to the conclusion that the only option is to raise civilization up. Bringing it down is just going back in time and waiting a while to get to this fucked up situation we're in now. We've got to bring it up, through, beyond. That's more the direction that we have to go with civilization, in my opinion.